another video on the channel today. We are here for the match preview between Newcastle United and Manchester City. Why do we have to play Manchester City after we've just got slapped about by Aston Villa? It's not going to be happy on Saturday, but anyways, we'll do the match preview like normal. Anyways, lads, if you haven't hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 7k by the end of the year. It's looking very, very unlikely. I'm probably just going to say 6.5 now. We'll try and hit 6.5. But yet again, I can only do that by you watching the videos. If you didn't watch the Villa video with my rant on the game and stuff and that, so make sure to go and watch them. Make sure to watch some videos on the channel. I do appreciate it. Anyways, lads, we'll look at Manchester City, look at Newcastle United, and then we'll round up the video there. So leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll start off by looking at Manchester City. So Manchester City have got a fantastic team, as we all know. They have done some fantastic things over the last decade. And what happened last time we played Man City? We beat them 2-1 at St James's Park. Is that going to happen again on Saturday? Most likely not. To be fair, we did just lose 2-0 before we played Manchester City. But from the way Bruce plays his football, it's just, I don't think we'll be able to get anything. I'm not even going to mention our previous manager, because I know that if I'll even say his name, you'll go, oh, get over him, man, and stuff like that. So I'm not even going to bother saying his name. But he set out his team perfectly last year, and we got the win against Manchester City. Pep Guardiola praised Isaac Hayden and Sean Longstaff last season, so them two to start. We'll have to wait and see. Let's look at Manchester City's last 6 games. So they got a 3-0 win versus Aston Villa. This is recorded before they play their game in the Champions League tonight. They beat Southampton 3-1 in the Cup. They beat Southampton again on the Saturday after that Cup game, 2-1. Due to Atlanta 1-1 with Kyle Walker being in goal. Got beat to Liverpool 3-1 and bounced back after that game against Chelsea. They won 2-1. But against Chelsea there was a little bit of problems. And Manchester City aren't the team like they were last season, but they are the Premier League champions. It will be an absolutely uphill game, but yet again, you never know. Sergio Aguero looks to be out for the game, which is good for us. He always loves a goal against Newcastle. So that means Gabriel Jesus starts up top. The lad's got talent. He's not on the level with Aguero, but the lad's definitely got talent. So you've got to praise him when he deserves it, Gabriel Jesus. But definitely not on the level of a first-team striker for Man City. But he's definitely a good player. They've obviously got some fantastic players. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, who else? Raheem Sterling, Fernandinho. They have got some defensive problems, right? And I'll get onto Newcastle in a second, but that's where I would change stuff up for Newcastle. Who have they been playing in centre back recently? It's been Fernandinho in centre back with I don't even know. We'll have a quick look on here. Oh, it probably doesn't even work. Oh, good. They've had defensive duties. Laporte got a massive injury, which isn't good for obviously Manchester City, their best defender. Mendy left back, Angelino. That's where we could play our football. And right, lads, I need to be top by Newcastle, to be honest, right? Man City, great team. Pep Guardiola, a great manager, but it's going to be a tough game. So I have reflected off that loss against Aston Villa. I've looked through it all, and I've pretty much got what I've got to say now. I think some fans on Facebook and Twitter and stuff have went completely over the top. There's a lot of issues, yes, but some fans have went completely over the top. We've lost 2 games in the last 6, and some of them games we played against Man United, Chelsea, West Ham, Bournemouth, and then your Wolves, and then your Aston Villa. There's not really a relegation team there, apart from really Aston Villa. But for me, sorry, I've got a really bad throat. I'm sorry, but for me, Changes have to be made. I don't care if it's Manchester City. If Steve Bruce shows confidence in his squad, he needs to make the changes that have to be made and will make us have a slim chance against Manchester City. Players who I would bring in, you've got to bring in Andy Carroll. Joe Linton's been shocking. That was terrible yesterday. Absolutely shocking against Villa. So, and Andy Carroll came on, he done alright. He looked fresh and ready. Why not start him, Bruce? Why not start him? We're having difficulties with attacking options. Just because we spent £40 million on a striker does not mean he's guaranteed first team football every single game. I couldn't care less. You've got to start Andy Carroll. You have to, no matter what. 1 goal, 1 assist, 13 games for £40 million. Not good enough. Not good enough. And it's not just him not scoring. He doesn't press. He doesn't work hard for the team. Some players as well, John Joe Shelby, he's meant to be our captain. He's meant to be working the players. And yesterday was unacceptable by him. I seen this video on Facebook and he was literally jogging. And it was the time where Jack Grealish had about 20 touches in the box. What's Shelby doing? Get stuck into him and win the ball. You're the captain of Newcastle United and you're jogging. He has to be dropped. Miguel Almiron has to be dropped. That was absolutely unacceptable. Pundits have had goes at him now. He's been nearly at the club for a year. It's coming up to a year since he's been at the club and he hasn't done one thing. Hasn't done one thing. Not good enough. You bring in... You could bring it old school. You could go 4-4-2. Change it up, right? I've got to predict the team in my head, and it's... Oh, it's... Obviously, I don't want to spoil the predict the team video, but... Do you put a 4 at the back and play 4-4-2? Old school football. Yes, it's against Manchester City, but why not play 4-4-2? Yes, it didn't work against Leicester, but... If we're struggling for goals and defensively we don't look that bad, I think for Man City you play your 5 at the back maybe, right? That's been going to me going over the top a little bit. Sheffield United you play your 5 at the back because bloody hell that's going to be a tough game. And then we've got Southampton at home. We've got to go for that game, and if we do not get 3 points against Southampton at home, after that I think if we get 3 losses in the next 3 games, I think Steve Bruce will be under a lot of pressure. By Christmas, I think if we're in relegation zone and the squad's all down and it's looking shite, I think the club have got to do something about it. The club won't. Well, if we're going to sack Bruce, it'll be in April. Bring in some decent manager, we'll probably get relegated. That's the case, but Bruce does not set up his team. Joe Linton, you cannot start a £40 million player who's playing like that. If he was 10 mil and playing like that, I think the price tag may have got to him. £40 million. Bloody hell, lads. It's going to be a long, hard season. I said at the start of the season, just because we've got 2 wins doesn't mean we're going to stay up. Doesn't mean that we're going to get top 10. Just because we've got Maximin and he's absolute class, don't get us wrong. But 1 player, is that good enough to keep us up? Let us know, lads, have I went over the top or not, but I'm just frustrated from that result and from what Bruce is doing in with some players. Anyways, lads, I'll see you all in the next one, and yeah, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and yeah, let's just see what happens on Saturday. I'll be there vlogging, like normal. I'll be vlogging 12:30 kick-off as well, so sort of an early-ish one, so I'll see you all in the vlog. Predict the team video tomorrow as well. And then Friday we've got a massive Black Friday pack opening, so make sure to stay tuned on the channel for that. Anyways, lads, I'll hope you enjoy your evening. Have a good one.